In my life, I have learned the fear of failure is one of my greatest motivations. If you want to know why, stick around. Hi guys, ignore my parents. I'm packing to go to Florida. It's a mess. Let me show you. So I use packing cubes and I'm in the process of doing that. I finished my toiletries and like electronic things. I still need to charge everything. I'm in the process of watering my plants. So I'm bringing my camera. I'm bringing 2 lenses, the one that's on the camera and then another different lens that I can take pictures. This is completely empty. I have to pack my pill bag, like my daily vitamins and things, and then I have to pack my clothes up and making sure I know what I'm gonna wear tomorrow. Kind of like a rough intro to this vlog, but if you want to see what I do in Fort Lauderdale, keep watching. Good morning. We're in Florida. We just finished watching the final season of Stranger Things, or the final episode. I cried. I cried the whole time. Okay, this keeps falling. I love my life. I am a medical professional. I work for a... You know what? I'm going to keep that private. I'm doing a little bit of concealer right now. This is my favorite concealer as of late. Can you see that? This concealer is amazing. You only need just a little. You're probably wondering, why am I doing a YouTube channel again? I want a hobby. I loved this. I remembered how much I absolutely loved this, and I wanted it again. I wanted to feel inspired and inspire others. I wanted to devote time and effort into creativity, but I wanted something that I can show expression and show my inspiration. I love so many things, and this channel is going to be just like a lifestyle channel, so a little bit of everything. I am a medical professional, so I probably will give like certain informative and like educational videos as well, just because I have my doctorate and I can do so, and I can give you guys great advice. I'm gonna get some goldfish. I have ADHD. Back to like my goals with this channel. So a lifestyle channel. I want to give you guys inspiration. I'm gonna have like a little bit of like a theme of each video. The theme of this video is going to talk about the fear of failure. In my life, I have learned the fear of failure is one of my greatest motivations. The fear of failure can be one of your biggest motivators, your biggest push to accomplish, but it can also keep you frozen. I'm going to give you some advice on how to make the fear of failing motivate you and push you forward to accomplish your goals. You guys saw me do a little bit of my makeup. I'm just going to talk through it now. I'm going to get to the point of the video about the fear of failure. My life took drastic turns once I graduated and got my doctorate. I ended up not passing certain exams that I needed to, and I became the most depressed I had ever been in my entire life, and it went on for months and months. I isolated myself, and I pushed everyone away. I didn't work, and I was just studying. The biggest takeaway that I learned from that season of depression, and it was 4 or 5 months, I learned that community is so powerful. Community can either build you up and support you, or it can break you down. At that point, I was not using my community. I have such a wonderful community, and I'm so blessed by God that He has put certain people in my life, and that I am able to feel so supportive by my family, and my friends and my husband. But at that time, I isolated myself to the point of I wasn't going out with friends. I was trying to lean on my parents, and they were so supportive during this time of just stuck in a mindset of depression and fear of failing. I wasn't listening to their advice. I wasn't doing the advice. I put myself into the worst financial situation I'd ever been in my entire life. And the biggest thing that I learned coming out of that experience was the power of community. You need to surround yourself with people who are sharpened by God, who can sharpen you and push you and challenge you and give you that support. You need people that truly love you. And the hardest thing is sometimes it is so hard to find people who do that. But I promise you, I turned to God during that time, and it changed my life. I started valuing my community, and my community held me up and supported me when I couldn't support myself. Good morning. It is Sunday. The vlogging in Florida did not occur because I just relaxed and enjoyed myself with my husband. And I think I maybe took a few clips. Basically what we did was just relax, go to the pool, go to the beach, and eat food. That's literally all we did. And visit my family. So it wasn't like super eventful with jam-packed of all of these things. So I kind of just wanted to be in the moment and be present. Can you guys hear me? Yeah. So now we're back. It is Sunday. This whole last week, I had the cold. I had a cold, and I was working. And so like every time after work, I'd just come home and die. So I was planning to upload this and planning to finish it, but never did. So welcome back. The last clip, I believe you saw, I was talking about the importance of community during failure. So I'm going to eat my breakfast, which I have a protein waffle and huge blackberries. They're amazing. I have some coffee. It's a vanilla cappuccino I made. So, I talked to you guys about the importance of community and how that can shape you and support you when you're going through failure. I feel like I need to explain why I have a background of this. Whenever I graduated with my doctorate, I was planning to take some board exams. I graduated, and then I immediately moved to a state where I didn't have friends. I knew no one. I was alone. During this time, I started a new job. That job was insanely toxic. My boss, was literally toxic. Moved into an apartment. Shouldn't have picked that apartment. I have a hair mask on, so my hair's not like gross. It's just oil, like hair mask oil. I don't know why I had to clarify that, but I did. So I moved into that apartment. It was an insanely expensive apartment, over $2,000 a month when I was not working, mind you. So blew through my savings. One of the worst decisions I think I've made. So I was studying for board exams, moved to a new state, was very isolated. I didn't have any community there in present. I was living in an apartment that was way beyond my means. Didn't need it. Thought I did. I don't know. Entitlement problem, maybe. I don't know what possessed me to get that apartment to begin with. It was beautiful. And in my mind, I was like, oh, I'm going to pass these exams. I'm going to have a job where my salary is going to start at $150,000. It'll be fine. Like, everything will work out. It didn't. So the toxic job, I ended up leaving. I had a lot of money and savings that I just had been saving throughout school. Didn't ask for help from my parents, and I was just spending my savings. And $2,000 a month plus for rent, you're going to blow through that savings insanely fast. Like 10 months, you know. I left that job, still hadn't taken my board exams, finally took them, failed both. And at that point, I had been hired by a very prestigious hospital. Ended up not doing that job. Not on my fault. It was the other party's fault. I was very excited. That was super devastating. I'm going to take a few months and just study, not work, and just pass these exams. I didn't pass the exams at that time. And I became severely depressed. A guy that I had been dating for over 9 months, we ended. That was difficult. That was a mess in its own. I started gaining weight, and then I just became very isolated because of my own doing. There were points that my mom thought I was probably suicidal. I was. Took the exams again, failed again. I feel like I'm just rambling now, but I'm just trying to like paint a picture. At that point, my Lexapro was just like not working, and I just became severely depressed. It's a long story. Maybe I'll go through like my whole testimony, but yeah. So I've went through a lot of failure. I've went through a lot of financial hardship, and I wanted to help you understand why I feel like I can give advice about turning failure into something powerful, because I've done it. Hey guys, welcome back. I have thought throughout the day of how I have wanted to end this video in some really big takeaway points to talk about the power of failure. So that's what I'm going to do. I want you guys to think, like, put yourself in a situation. Something bad has just happened to you. You're going through something really hard. when going through those hard things, look back and think about hard things that you've already went through and what happened. Looking on the past while you're in the present can help change your mindset a lot. It can show you how much strength you have and how much resilience that those hard things have given you. Whenever I look back, like whenever I was getting my doctorate, I failed a class and I thought it was the end of the world. Like I thought everyone was judging me. No one really cared. No one gave a shit, you know? No one cared at all. In my mind, I really thought everyone cared. Like I really thought people were just talking about me. No one cared. No one cared, you know? And then looking back now to the point of me not passing exams and going through very deep depression and financial hardship, those things have given me so much strength and resilience. And I think when you go through hard things, when you look back at points in your life where you thought it was the end of the world, it gives you perspective on how you got through those hard things. It's possible to get through hard things, and you can do it. So, strength and resilience come from the power of failure. And when you look back at the past, you can really hone in on what strength you have and how your strength has grown, how your resilience has grown through those hard things. Failure changes your trajectory of your life in a positive way. And I know it's so hard to believe that. I truly know how hard it is to believe that and look at that and believe it when you are sitting in failure, you're sitting in depression, you're sitting in financial hardship. And I think this is a point where you really have to learn and have to pull yourself out of the pit you're in, whether you've caused that pit or whether it's been environmentally caused or circumstances out of your hands. I'm going to give you 2 examples. Whenever I was sitting, this was going on 3 years ago, I was sitting in the biggest depression I've ever been in. And I had to make a choice. I had to decide what I'm going to do, how am I going to do it, what resources am I going to use, how is my mindset, how am I going to change my mindset, how am I going to get out of this. If I didn't think about those things, if I didn't take a step back and like be a third person to my situation, I don't truly think I would have gotten out of it. I basically needed to be my own like coach and spokesperson at that time, if that's the proper word. When you sit in that, you can either move forward, you can sit in your depression, which is going to move you backwards. So failure does change the trajectory of your life, changes the path of your life. And it can either be good, it can either be bad. You want it to be good, and the majority of the time it is, and it sometimes takes a long time to see the good in it. Like, if I didn't go through all of the failure and all of the depression and all of the what I thought was holding me back from living my life, I wouldn't have met my husband. I wouldn't have been drawn back to God and my faith. I wouldn't be in the mental state that I am in right now. It would have been bad. So the way failure changes your life is you can move forward, you can stay stagnant, you can move backward. Just plain terms, it works for every situation. I'm making this video to talk about what I've gone through. And even if it just touches one person, even if that's all you could ask. Every person has strength. You just have to recognize it. And you just have to learn how to use your circumstances to make even just the little ounce, the little tiniest bit of strength that you could have to magnify it and work for you. I hope this helped someone. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I have a lot of big plans with this channel. I love big, deep conversations, and I kind of want to just keep going with this and having a big series. I don't like surface level crap. I don't. That's why I thought this was a great video to start with. Welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are able to recognize your power, to recognize the power of failure, and to recognize the strength and resilience that you have.